Whether we realize it or not, our world is constantly changing. I mean, with the way that computers are advancing and how we're getting smarter about writing codes and how we're getting smarter about using computers and the language of computers, it is drastically changing the way we do things. I mean, consider before. When you wanted to find out some information, you either picked up the phone and you called a friend that knew it, or maybe you called an operator, maybe you looked it up in a magazine, or maybe you looked it up in an encyclopedia. But now, at the touch of your finger, your answers are right there for you. You just simply Google it, and in some cases, you don't even have to Google it. You just ask your device, hey, what is the answer to XYZ question? And the answer is there. Now, that has drastically changed the way we do things. Now, one of the ways that many people probably aren't talking about as much is how much computers and programming will change the way that we do our professions. Even in the world of accounting and finance, it is a drastic change on the way. And unfortunately, many people aren't aware of how drastic this change will be. And the thing is, if we're not prepared to adjust with this change and still add value in our businesses as well as our careers, we could find ourselves in the midst of a very uncomfortable change in our profession. So across the board, here are a few skills that you need to make sure that you are developing so that as things change, you can still be considered a valuable resource, whether it's in your personal business, whether it's in your contract or your corporate job, or maybe your job with a small business. These are skills that will help you still stay valued and employed in whatever capacity that you work. The first one is definitely by far cannot be underestimated. It is computer programming. Now, you don't have to become an expert at computer programming, but you do want to make sure that you understand the process of computer programming, because computer programming is coming into every area of business and every area of profession. And when you have a basic understanding of it, you can partner with those who have a more extensive understanding, and you guys can work together to help your business or help your company move forward faster. I can't count the number of digital or computer projects that I've had to work on, and if I didn't have the basic background understanding, then I probably would not have been as useful on the team, which is very, very critical to actually getting paid, is how useful can I be? The other skill is leadership. Now, when you're working with so many different teams, so many cross functions where they may not be people that have your same background and your same perspective, now you have to actually be one to understand what the objective of the team and the company is, and you have to be able to work with other people to help lead and guide them to making the best decision for your business, making the best decision for the company that you work for, and all of that takes leadership skills. The next one is communication. You have to have good communication skills. And this is even more critical because computing technology is allowing us to work with cross-functional teams more and more. And the more you work with people who don't have the same professional background that you do, or don't have the same practical background that you do, you have to be more effective in how you develop your message and how you get your point across to other people. Especially when you think about how business is becoming so more international, where you have to be able to understand their perspective and to be able to get a message across that they will clearly understand what you're trying to say. And then I think a very, very, very big skill is going to be problem solving. Whatever way that you can to figure out how to solve problems. I cannot underestimate how valuable this skill is. And if you think about it, the only reason why a company would hire you, or the only reason why a client would hire you, is because they believe you can help them fix a problem that they have, or they believe that you have the solution to the problem that they are facing. So in reality, the better we get at solving problems, the more value we can add to other people, and the more value we can add to other people, the more useful and the more employable or hireable we become. So as things change in our world, please make sure that you are developing yourself in those areas of skills, because they will be essential to making sure that as things change, you are still seen as a very, very valuable member of the company, of that business, or you're very valuable to whatever it is that you do, because those skills will be essential, and those skills are critical to success in any field.